Good morning, everyone, once again. We are about to start. The Deputy Minister, Honorable Decemeber, is here with us. DM, good morning. The DG of the department, Dr. Cynthia Stella Kumalo, is also here with us, and also our honored guests. My name is Zimasa Velapi. I'm the Chief Director, Communication and Marketing for the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. My job today is very easy. I'm just making sure that I'm traffic managing the people that are supposed to then come and give us what is important for us today. Today we are here to celebrate the living human treasures, which is really something that the department has taken to heart. What I like is the theme that we are celebrating these living human treasures under, celebrating custodians of our living heritage from memory to legacy. I think that theme alone says a lot about what we are here for today. Can we please stand up so that we can then sing the national anthems, as well, the South African national anthem as well as the AU anthem. Thank you very much.
Usisigeleli Afrika, malupangalisu bonolwayo, izwa imithandazo yethu, Nkosi sigelela thina, lusapho lwayo, lurena boluka sitshaba sa Yesu. Usibuluke, sichabasa, Jesus, sichabasa, South Africa, South Africa.
Thank you very much. We can now sit down. Um, um, apparently, I speak fast like a horse galloping. So I've been asked by my colleague here to slow a little bit. Now we are coming to the most important part in our cultures. When you come to somebody else's house, then the head of the house always comes and welcomes you and tell you to take off your jackets so that you can feel at home. So now we are at that part where we are going to call Mr. Simon Masemula, the council member of Freedom Park Museum and Heritage Site, to come and give us opening and welcome remarks so that we are able to feel at home and be able to then interact.
Program Director, Deputy Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Honorable Peace Mabe, Director General of the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, Dr. Cynthia Khumalo, CEO of the National House of Traditional Leaders and Khoisan Leaders, Mr. Abram Sithole, our esteemed living human legends, colleagues and partners, ladies and gentlemen, ke re dumelang bagageso, and welcome to Freedom Park. It is my honor on behalf of Freedom Park to extend a warm and heartfelt Ubuntu welcome to you all as we gather today for this significant moment, the launch of the Living Human Legend book. Today we celebrate not just a publication, but a powerful testament of the extraordinary men and women whose lives, sacrifices, and contributions continue to shape our nation's identity. Allow me to express our deepest appreciation to the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, in particular the Deputy Minister, Honorable Peace Mabe, for choosing Freedom Park as the home for this important national milestone. This is a place of memory, reflection, and unity, a place that stands as a beacon of our nation's heritage and identity. This then makes this fitting to honor those whose stories define our shared heritage. The Living Human Legends program is a profound reminder that history is not only found in archives and monuments, it lives amongst us, in the voices, experiences, struggles, and triumphs of the remarkable individuals who embody the spirits of resilience, creativity, and leadership. Their stories enrich us, they guide us, they challenge us to build a more compassionate and inspired future. As Freedom Park, we stand committed to preserving these narratives and creating spaces where South Africans can reflect on the journey of our nation. We believe that documenting and celebrating the contribution of our human treasures is essential for strengthening our democracy and ensuring that generations to come inherit a legacy of pride, dignity, and knowledge. To our living legends present today, we honor you. Your footprints continue to pave a way for our country's cultural, social, and moral advancement. This book is not merely a record of your lives, it is a gift to the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this historic occasion. May today's launch inspire renewed collaborations, storytelling, and recognition of those who carry the souls of our heritage. With that, it is my privilege, in the spirit of Ubuntu, to officially welcome you and wish you all a meaningful and memorable program ahead. Pula!
Thank you very much, Dr. Masemola. Now we are free to take off our jackets and be at home. One of the things that I need to do is to make sure that when people need to go to the bathrooms, they know how to get there. The bathrooms are on my left. You go down the passage and you're able to get to the bathrooms. So at any given time, we should know where we are. Mr. Masemola spoke about Freedom Park being an institution of memory, and I think it ties very well with the theme that says from memory to legacy. Now, in isiXhosa, we always say that we need someone to come and tell us why we are here, unobangela. So now I'm here to call Mr. Evan Langeveld, who's the Chief Director, HPP, from the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, to tell us the purpose of the event. Why are we here today? Mr. Langeveld.
Thank you, Ms. Velapi, Program Director, Honorable Deputy Minister, Ms. Peace Mabe, DG, Dr. Cynthia Kumalo. Please allow me on the protocol to stand on the protocol established by Ntate Masemola. Ladies and gentlemen, today's gathering has a clear and focused purpose: to formally introduce the Living Human Treasures books as a structured national instrument for recognizing, recording, and protecting the embodied knowledge that exists within our communities. The event is not a ceremonial one alone. It is functional. It marks the shift from the intention to implementation, from policy discussions to a tangible system that identifies knowledge holders, verifies their expertise, and places their contributions within an official national record. This launch establishes a credible and standardized process for documenting living human treasures across provinces. The launch creates a platform for collaboration between government, cultural practitioners, researchers, and heritage institutions. The event signals that the government is taking practical steps to safeguard intangible heritage through coordinated planning, ethical documentation, and structured recognition mechanisms. We are therefore also here to demonstrate institutional accountability. Most importantly, this launch is designed to set a national benchmark. It is meant to guide future provincial rollouts, inform capacity building, and provide a framework that ensures consistency, credibility, and respect for community knowledge moving forward. In essence, we are here to activate a system, align our stakeholders, and ensure that safeguarding living heritage is no longer abstract, but operational. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Langeveld. We are here for capacity building. The living human treasures are people that nobody normally knows, and they are sitting in our communities. And there are those unsung heroes and heroines. So we are trying to say to them, teach the children in your communities so that they can carry the legacy and heritage. So that is what capacity building is all about. But now we are here to say what is this Living Human Treasures book project is all about. Who qualifies to be a living human treasure? Who qualifies to have a book written and launched by the department? For us to be now told and informed about this Living Human Treasures book project, ndizawucela Mr. Ron Martin, the Intangible Cultural Heritage Advisory Panel member, to come and outline what is this all about, so that we can all have an understanding when we leave here today. Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Program Director. Honorable Deputy Minister, my wonderful colleagues on the National Intangible Cultural Heritage Authentication Panel, and standing on the protocol that has already been established, ladies and gentlemen, I want to just divert from normal practice just for a second, if you permit me, and read something. The streets of Morningside rest silently in the serenity of a quiet neighborhood in the northern suburb of Johannesburg and has a deep and blended history. The suburb is able to tell a millennia-old tale of the various cultures who had come and gone, some who stayed and did not, and some who sought greater dreams. It's one. Permit me to read another one. In the 1950s, leaving the great city and entering Bokap, formerly known as the Malay Quarter, was like entering another realm. A city within a city that had its own pulse and unique culture derived from centuries of integrated ethnic, linguistic, and artistic blends. Now, colleagues, friends, it is very seldom, if ever, that one gets to read or hear such high level of prose in a government publication. The first reading came from the prologue of the Living Human Treasures book dedicated to Kaifa Semenya. The second from a chapter in that one dedicated to the late James Matthews. It is therefore both an honor and profound responsibility to address you today on behalf of the National Intangible Cultural Heritage Authentication Panel. We stand gathered at a moment of deep cultural significance as we reflect on a national project that has quietly but powerfully reshaped how South Africa recognizes, protects, and honors its living heritage, the Living Human Treasure books. The Living Human Treasure program was initiated in 2019 as a deliberate intervention to recognize, document, and celebrate exceptional custodians of indigenous knowledge systems, as well as oral traditions, rituals, craftsmanship, healing practices, music, dance, and spiritual heritage across our country. Since its inception, the project has documented cultural bearers from all 9 provinces, capturing voices and wisdom that for generations have been carried through memory, practice, and lived experiences rather than written archives. However, documentation alone is not enough. As a country, we urgently need a comprehensive national inventory of intangible cultural heritage, a living, dynamic system that does not merely store information, but actively safeguards our knowledge systems for present and future generations. Such an inventory must be community-centered, ethically governed, and driven by respect for cultural authority and custodianship. As the National Intangible Cultural Heritage Authentication Panel, my colleagues are all sitting over there, our mandate is to ensure that the recognition of such knowledge systems is conducted with integrity, authenticity, and ethical sensitivity. We do not merely validate information. We protect the dignity of communities, respect cultural protocols, and ensure that knowledge holders are recognized not as research subjects, but as knowledge authorities in their own right. I do not take the honor of standing before you all today lightly. For me, this project has a few personal elements, albeit they subtle, but which resonates with me. The book dedicated to James Matthews, for instance, has a picture on its cover that features an 18-year-old activist who was destined to stand before you today and make this speech. The photo was taken by another legend, a chap by the name of Rashid Lombard. He's a renowned photographer and founder of the Cape Town Jazz Festival, and he's also the recipient of the Order of Ikamanga in silver. He was nominated in 2024, and unfortunately, because of the sheer amount of nominations for that year, his nomination was supposed to have stood over to this year. Unfortunately, he passed away in the interim. So his story is not captured in one of these books. However, his memory still lives with us in the work that he has done and in the life of this activist. In conclusion, the Living Heritage Treasure Books stand as a national testament to the wisdom that lives amongst us. They honor the hands that heal, the voices that sing memory into existence, and the elders who carry words of knowledge in their hearts. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Martin. Now we know what this project is all about, and wisdom carried through memory. I think it still talks to the theme of the program today. We are protecting, we are preserving our heritage. Now we are going to call a cultural group, the Swane Cultural Group, to come and give us a performance before we go to the next speaker. Swane Cultural Group.
Who comes from Jamaica? Jamaica, Korea, Angola, Cameroon, Congo, Congo. Ah, give it up for Congo. All right, Nigeria, Nigeria, Limpopo. Vavenda. Mukekolo kanakarikia. Awamete mkoche. Umnate ate mukolo. Awamete mkoche. Taurela bulembe. Zengi mkoche. Mukekolo kanakarikia.
mogodu ka tshela peanut butter ke yona kere e monate ke mogodu ke tšhetše mogodu ka tšhetša peanut butter and then le 6 gun Mnandere, I will save you right now 6 gun and mogodu tsoto ke dieng ke die bjang o tshwana soldara mo thapeleng matsogo man ya mogodu
Thank you very much to the Tswane Cultural Group. I think this is what living heritage is all about. And that is why we need to make sure that we document it and preserve it so that our children, they can understand why we have these dances and what do these dances mean. And now we go to the next speaker, who is also responsible for the traditional preservation of our culture and making sure that the young girls and young boys, they know what to do when it's time for traditional issues. We're going to get remarks by the National House of Traditional and Khoisan leaders. I am going to call Mr. Abram Sithole, the CEO of National House of Traditional and Khoisan leaders. The traditional leaders and Khoisan leaders are the most important in our communities. Mr. Sithole.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Greetings to DM, DG, and all leaders in the room. I must declare first that I did not touch any of those bottles that are on my right. So whatever that I'm going to say, it's very, very sober. And I would have loved to touch one, though, DM. But let me just appreciate the invitation, and let me appreciate the working relationship between this department and the National House. Let me appreciate the role that you play when we're having our Linaka activity in Northern Cape. It was quite impressive, and we really appreciate it, DG. Thank you very much for that. Please, let it not be the last one. Let's continue in that partnership. Thank you very much. I'm here standing on behalf of the chairperson of the National House, Khosi Siaklulo, who is unable to attend, but then he has delegated me to come and say this message that I'm going to say. Our living human treasures are our knowledge banks. You see, in each and every community, there's somebody that we know carries the history and the tradition of this specific community. And it becomes the responsibility of that community to protect that person and to ensure that that person gets the necessary recognition that he or she deserves. In this regard, the department has started a very important aspect of documenting that particular information. That is knowledge harvesting and storing it for future usage. And we really want to appreciate it from the National House that at least somebody has noticed that the indigenous knowledge that we carry, it's very important and it needs to be stored wherein we can use it in future. So promotion of such to all communities is very important. As you said, we've got over 800 traditional leaders in the Republic of South Africa. Surely in each and every community, there's somebody who's carrying the tradition and culture of that community. And surely there's someone whom we can harvest information from that person. That's where the National House comes in, wherein we will assist to identify those people and ensure that their knowledge gets documented. I'm talking here like some of those people who were very good with traditions, cultures, and knowledge, generic knowledge about communities. We mentioned in Eastern Cape, if there's anybody from Eastern Cape who will know Inkosi uNgangomhlaba Matanzima. Very knowledgeable in culture, very knowledgeable basically in everything that you would want to know. Unfortunately, we did not harvest that information and he passed on. Now the second one, Ubabu Ntanzi will know him very well. Inkosi Ubtelezi, MG Ubtelezi. Very knowledgeable on issues of traditional leadership, on issues of Ubkosi, on issues of culture. But we just did not harvest that information. When we were still planning to harvest it, unfortunately he left us. So this is an example that we need to strike the iron while it's still hot. And this is what the department is doing, trying to document whatever that is there. For instance, you can see, Uti, some of our elders are really getting old every day, and they may not have all this knowledge. You see, when you get old, there are many complications that are coming in. Like, for instance, I'm not saying I'm getting old, but at my younger age, I had full hair. I did not have this shiny thing on top of my head. And I was very, my beard was very black. But this morning when I look at myself, I could see that, no, something is happening. And when that thing is happening, there's some knowledge that you may lose in the process. So it's very important that we cooperate and we get that knowledge. For instance, like I do believe that there has been documentation on Ugogo Nostoka Namahlangu, who's a good artist. I think there is a documentation on her. And I believe that there are arrangements that are made to document the only female artist, Gwandebele Unothembi Mkhwebane, and other female artists who are singing traditional music, because they are breaking into an industry that was male-dominated, and they are making an impact. And whatever they are singing is about where they're coming from, the difficulties, the challenges they were having. So it's very important that we have that. Not forgetting our Khoisan communities. There's Oma Katrina in Northern Cape who speaks pure Khoisan language. I don't know if there's a documentation on her. If not, we need to harvest that information. It's very important, because on language of the Khoisan or Khoi and San communities, we rely on Namibia. But then we have somebody who's living within our country who speaks well. And you cannot speak a language if you don't know the history of that specific community you are living with. So we should not be happy or laugh at the exploitation of some actors. You see, there was this film, DM, it was some years back. I don't know whether you call it documentary or whatever it is, but it was playing on TV. It was saying, gods must be crazy. And you could see that those people were acting, but I don't know how much were they paid. And I don't know if today are they still enjoying the payment they make during that time. So there is that thing that we need, as this department, DISAC, need to assist in protecting our actors, in protecting those people who carry that particular information. The knowledge that our elders and community members carries is so rich that as the National House, we pledge to partner with the department to identify those people and to assist in the documentation. Maybe when DG looks at me, maybe with a smile, I may as well be one of those legends, who knows? But DG, thank you very much and DM for inviting the National House. We would want to see more legends being documented, because this is not just documenting people. This is about keeping what we have as the South African community. For instance, imvunulo that we see Ubabuntan's having, it's an art that you must be able to make it. And nginayo, I just did not feel like wearing it today. But it's very critical that all of us take pride in our culture, in our tradition, and we don't feel ashamed in wearing our own tradition and culture. And by so saying, the National House of Traditional and Khoisan Leaders supports this project and pledge to work with the department. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.
Enkosi kakhulu Tata Sithole. He put it nicely by saying that the living human treasures are the knowledge banks. And we all know that if you have money in the bank, you have to deposit so that it grows. And we are depositing today by launching books so that our children can go and read about our cultures, about our traditions. What I like as well is to see that on TikTok, now you have young people engaging in our traditions as well as cultures. For an example, in the Eastern Cape, Lixesha lolwaluko, where boys go to the mountain for circumcision. And on TikTok, it's a buzz about what is the right way of doing this culture. And the youth is involved in engaging. Whether it's the right platform or not, but what I like is that our youth is now taking our cultures and traditions and taking them seriously, and they want to know what is happening. And the living human treasures are the knowledge banks that are supposed to then eventually the youth goes to them to withdraw the knowledge that they have. We are now having our cultural item. We are going to call on Ubo Maluta Macheka, one of our living human treasures, to come and give us a cultural item.
Thank you very much. As it was said that I'm going to play an item. This is regarding to African indigenous instruments. This is one of them. So as time goes on, they are going to disappear through our ignorance. So I'm going to play one or two songs by this instrument, which was transformed to some instruments which we always listen to through the radios and TVs. It is an instrument which can be found from different cultures. But as a vendor, we'll call it chitiringo. There's it. There are so many of instruments which I can make, distribute, display, and teach how to play with those instruments. I'm very thankful for the work which our department is doing. But there is something which I would like not to die before that thing happens, is to we are talking here about the living heritage. Let the department come and talk about or record the heritage itself. Let the department come and record the heritage itself. Like myself, as I am, I can't be compared to heritage itself. There is a book there. It is talking about Macheka. But there is something which Macheka knows, which is about to be recorded. Let me play another song here. Thank you very much.
Enkosi kakhulu Tatu Macheka. I think we can all feel the rhythm and the music. And these instruments, unyanisile, they are disappearing from the communities. Some of you will grow up not knowing what Chitiringo is. And if we don't preserve and protect it, our children may not know what Chitiringo is. And it just reminded me of an instrument, ekuthiwa sisitolotolo, in the Eastern Cape. And I think when we were growing up, our parents would play, or the one makulu in the village will play it. And when you are sent to the shops, you will run like crazy because the stolotolo was giving you that push. And ichitiringo tata in Kumbuza, it gives that rhythm of maukauleze. So siyabulela Tatu Macheka. Now we are going to call the boss of the department, the accounting officer of the department of the Director General of the Department of Sports and Culture, Dr. Cynthia Khumalo, to come and introduce the Deputy Minister, Minister Pietermaritzburg.
Program Director, you know I have to pull it all the way down because Zimasa is quite tall. Deputy Minister, Mama Pietermaritzburg, the members of the Council of the Freedom Park Museum and Heritage Site, together with the CEO and management that are here, members of the panel, Intangible Cultural Heritage Advisory, the National House of Traditional and Khoisan leaders, led by the CEO, Ujobe, the officials from the Department of Sports and Culture, and all other government departments, entities that are represented here, distinguished guests and esteemed guests that are here amongst us, but more importantly, our VIPs, Ume Maria, Ndate Matsecha, Ndate Ntanzi. Good morning. Is it still morning? Good morning. It is indeed still good morning. Good morning to all of you. Sanbonani. Sanbonani. I am going, just before I introduce the Deputy Minister, to take a leaf from the books that I understand are documenting what we are here to celebrate, which are also made to understand you will be getting a copy of later on. If I just read and make reference to the foreword there, it says South Africa is fortunate to count among its citizens many who are extraordinarily gifted in the realm of social and cultural traditions. These are our living human treasures, specialists, practitioners who are custodians of the country's rich tapestry of arts, rituals, social philosophies, and indigenous knowledge. These exceptional South Africans that we are here to celebrate possess, to a very high degree, the knowledge and skills that truly embody the living spirit of our country's human heritage. Me Maria, Ndate Matsecha, Babu Ntanzi, we really celebrate and appreciate you. Sithi siyabonga in my language. because, yes, indeed, they do deserve a round of applause. Because we think we understand, but obviously we can't understand in depth. But we think we understand that this requires a lot of hard work, passion, commitment, resilience, you name it, from you. But we are happy that you are still around, and we had an opportunity as a department to celebrate, to document first, and today to celebrate and honor you. I am, however, here, not for that. I'm called the boss, but I've got my boss here sitting next to me. And I want to take this opportunity to introduce to you the Deputy Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, Umama Decemeber. Just to tell you a little bit about the Deputy Minister, she was appointed as the Deputy Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture on the 3rd of July 2024, joining the 7th administration of this government. She has been a member of the National Assembly since 2009, with her extensive tenure in Parliament, reflecting her unwavering commitment to legislative work and dedicated service to her constituencies. Umama Decemeber has a very strong foundation in political leadership. She serves currently also as a member of the Gauteng Provincial Executive Committee, abbreviated PEC, and also as a former member of the PEC Youth League. These positions have provided her with significant experience in political strategy and grassroots organization. Ms. Mabe holds a Bachelor of Arts and an honors degree in public administration from the University of Pretoria. Her academic background has equipped her with the necessary skills and knowledge for effective governance and public service. In addition to her political career, Ms. Mabe enjoys reading and traveling, which I believe are the things that we share, because I'm also a reader. Not so sure about traveling, Deputy Minister, but reading most definitely. These are the interests that not only reflect her personal passions, but also contribute to her broader perspective in both global and domestic issues. It is, however, important that we also indicate to you, because some people think people just come in, they become Deputy Minister, and they don't really have an experience in terms of the workings of government. And I do need to indicate that she's been in Parliament serving on several critical committees, including inter alia, the portfolio committees on finance, human settlement, agriculture. But she has also chaired some of the portfolio committees, for instance, one on women, children, and people with disabilities, as well as the portfolio committee of the Public Service and Administration. And she has also worked very closely with the Judicial Commission. If you are still there, Deputy Minister, possibly you will be sitting in the ad hoc committee that is busy with their work, which I think South Africa knows about. Driven by a strong desire to improve the lives of South Africans, Ms. Mabe is committed to advancing the nation's development through dedicated public service and effective governance. Her political philosophy focuses on the well-being of the people and the betterment of the country. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the Honorable Deputy Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, Ms. Decemeber. If you can stand as she comes up to the stage, please.
Thank you very much, DG. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Thank you very much, DG, Program Director. Growing up as a Motswana young girl, I would always listen to older women just gossiping and reflecting on the type of husbands that they've married in terms of culture. And you'll hear, but hey, monna muzulu, hey, violent. Hey, wash up, but they are very loving. But the Batswana men, they will always say, woo, banna ba Batswana ba rata dijo. You know, today, listening to our cultural group that was performing here, you know, Motswana guy is just passionate about singing, Mogodwe! I thought I should share that and say, women in my village were correct, you know, about Banna Babatswana. Mogodwe, Mogodwe. So thank you very much. I'm here on behalf of the Minister, our Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Ntate Gayton Mackenzie. He would have loved to be here, but because of other government commitments, he could not join us. And when he said, we call each other Force, please go represent me tomorrow, 11 o'clock. No, in fact, there were challenges with time because the initial time was 6:30. And yeah, that's the program he shared to me. Then it was not possible for me to be here after 2. Then I found an excuse of not coming. But eventually then the times just changed from between 2:30 and 11 so that they can accommodate. I was one rope. I don't know, it's important that at least one of us should be there. And I can see that his decision to really insist that I should be here, it was important because I have also learned a lot in terms of culture and understanding our heritage and also celebrating those who have lived before us. DJ, just to make a reflection on what I did, I think that Abraham Sithole was saying, you know, I feel that a 70,000 as a token of appreciation for those who have contributed in enriching our culture and our knowledge in culture. It's fair, but it's not enough. I'm sure you'll all agree. And maybe going forward, we just need to find a decent way of saying thank you to them. And we also need to put more money on this because, you know, we allow other people to tell our stories. And yet there are people who can tell their stories as they are because they were there. I'm jealous because, you know, my grandfather lived for 100 years. And he had so much to tell, but I also never used an opportunity just to take a cell phone and record him. But we will listen, you know, he will tell us stories about his life. But DJ, I'm also saying this because there are people, Baba Bizwandi centenarians, people who live 100 years and beyond. So we need to find a way of incorporating them into this history, storytelling of our indigenous people. So it will be very important that at some point, maybe in the next year, as we do so, we should also have 1 or 2 South Africans who have lived 100 years or more than that. As I'm saying that, I'm thinking of Ntate Cholo. He's a freedom fighter and he lived for 100 years, he's still alive. I'm not sure whether his stories has been documented. Is there a book about his life as well? So it's important that those who lived more than us, we should also document their life stories. Program directors, chairperson of the House of Traditional and Khoisan Leaders, Khosi Siahlolo, I'm told he could not be with us today. He is represented by Ntate Abraham Sithole. Director General of the National Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, Me Cynthia Khumalo. Oh, she's a doctor, let me not undermine that. Dr. Cynthia Khumalo, she ended, ne? so let me not undermine that. Chief Executive Officer of Freedom Park, Dr. Jane Mufamadi, Chief Executive Officers and Chairpersons of the Council of Heritage Institutions, esteemed members of the National Intangible Cultural Heritage Authentication Panel, cultural practitioners, scholars, historians, and custodians of our living heritage. Honored guests, our celebrants, Ntate Ntanzi Fundakuye, a specialist in weaving heritage, Ntate Maluta Mateka, an inventor of indigenous music instrument, Me Maria Mulakeng, the traditional healer. Your work really inspires us. Bati indlela ibuzwa kuba. Bati indlela ibuzwa kupi. Kuba phambili. Thank you very much. Today marks a profound and historic moment for our nation. We gather here not merely to launch a set of books, but to affirm a national commitment, a commitment to recognize, to honor, and preserve the living wisdom of our people through the inauguration of the Living Human Treasure books. These books are far more than printed pages. They are vessels of memory, identity, and continuity. They capture the voices of master practitioners, traditional bearers, and cultural custodians whose knowledge has been nurtured through generations. In documenting their stories, practices, and philosophies, we are refusing the silence that history has too often imposed on indigenous and community-based knowledge system. The Living Human Treasure books are firmly anchored in South Africa's national policy on South African living heritage, a policy framework that recognizes that heritage is not static. It breathes, evolves, and lives within people. This policy calls on us to move beyond monuments of stone and to recognize human beings as the most important archives of our nation's cultural memory. Today's launch is a direct response to that call. Our work is also guided by the principles of the UNESCO 2003 Convention for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage, which urges member states to identify, to safeguard, to promote, and to transmit intangible cultural heritage. Through this initiative, South Africa is not only fulfilling its international obligations, it is also exemplifying leadership by establishing locally developed systems that prioritize dignity, community ownership, and ethical documentation. Ladies and gentlemen, the role of the National Intangible Cultural Heritage Authentication Panel is critical in this process. The panel ensures that the knowledge captured in these books is not only authentic but respectfully verified and ethically recognized. This protects communities from misrepresentation and exploitation while giving formal recognition to bearers of heritage who have long worked without institutional acknowledgement. I sincerely appreciate the representatives from various provinces who gathered here today. Your presence here today is a strong indication of interprovincial solidarity and shared responsibility. Heritage is not confined to a single province. It transcends borders, languages, and landscapes. What we are launching today is a national project grounded in local voices but driven by our collective will. I also wish to recognize the invaluable role of Freedom Park, whose leadership and vision have long stood at the center of memorialization, nation building, and the restoration of African consciousness. Your partnership strengthens the moral, symbolic foundation of this work. As we unveil the Living Human Treasure books, we are declaring that a healer in a rural village, a master beadworker, a praise poet, a rainmaker, a storyteller, and a keeper of sacred rituals are not relics of the past. They are architects of our future. Their knowledge is not informal, it is foundational. Their voices are not marginal, they are central. This launch is also a call to action. We call upon educators to integrate this knowledge systems into learning spaces. We call upon young people to see themselves in these pages. We call upon policymakers to continue strengthening frameworks that protect indigenous knowledge systems from erasure and exploitation. Let these books travel beyond libraries, into homes, into classrooms, into community halls and digital platforms. Let them inspire pride, continuity, and a renewed sense of belonging. In closing, I wish to remind us all that a nation that honors its living human treasures honors its soul. Today, we are not only launching these books, we are restoring dignity, we are protecting memories, and building a future illuminated by the wisdom of those who came before us. Thank you very much, Nyabonga. Ki a leboga.
Thank you very much, DM. I want to apologize up front, DM and DG, that I'm going to be calling you every now and again, 3 times. So I'm sorry that I'm going to have to do that to you, but DM, please take your seat. The video is a little bit longer. That is why I'm apologizing up front. We are now at the stage where we are launching the books. So we are going to play, this is how we're going to do it. We play a video of a living human treasure that tells us the story. When the video is done, then DM, the DG, and the living human treasure that was on the video then come up, and then we start the launching. And then after that, they go sit down again. So DM and DG, please do forgive me. DM is speaking about affirmation. I think it is very important when we affirm the people that matter to us. Because when we are affirming someone, you are saying that I see you and I appreciate what you do for us. So we are now going to start the launch. The first video is going to play. Thank you.
To the world of 61-year-old Fudabuyen Danzi, a living human treasure from Eshowe, KwaZulu-Natal. A man whose hands have dressed royalty, whose artistry has graced television weddings, and whose craft carries the memory of generations. Mr. Ndanzi's journey begins in the deep valleys of KwaZulu-Natal, where he grew up under the heavy shadow of poverty and a childhood marked by heartbreaking loss. But in the midst of hardship, he discovered a sacred gift, the world of traditional Zulu craftsmanship. His work stands as a testament to resilience, creativity, and enduring pride of his people.
Ngizalelwe endaweni yaseNkandla enkosini uMagwaza, ngakhulela khona senza yonke into sabafana silusa, senza zonke izinto zobufana. Inkumbulo ezinhle nanga ngakhulela kumkhonzisa izinto sibambe inkomo sigcobe sambe siyombe imitho bawayiphatha namakhaya umkhulume ebuyile eThekwini mebuye nje ngolesihlanu siyenza ngomgqibelo nangesonto ngesonto ntambama uyahamba ubuyele eThekwini emsebenzini ubaba sahamba sibophela inkabi siye emasimini siyolima senze wonke umsebenzi wasekhaya kalinywa kulungiswa izibaya izindlu yonke into engangikwenza ngikhumbulayo ngayezi lapha edolobheni umsebenzi esikhumba ngidibane nawo ngalolu hlobo khona umkhulu angasekhaya umkhulu uNdlu ebekuthi mekuvalwe izikole sikhuphuke size la eGoli sizomsiza sishuke ikhumba senze wona umsebenzi ukuthi masenza lo msebenzi kwakhomba ukuthi ngiyawuthanda lo msebenzi ngoba esikoleni ngagcina nje bakade ngisho ukuthi ngagcina ngiphathe 3 sathi ke mesikade siza kuDecember sizosebenza angizange ngisabuyela mina ekhaya ngoba kwakungekho ukufundiseka kahle ubaba wayingasekho umkhulu wayesekho umkhulu ke olimpeshini ngabona ukuthi ngeke ngibe nayo inqubekela phambili ukuthi ize ngiyofika ezikoleni ezinkulu hayi ngase ngisala ke mina bahamba abanye esasini nabo bebuyela esikoleni ababe kunamabhalansi ukuthi bengakwazi ababezalwa uyi lo mkhulu lo engafunda kulo umsebenzi ngoba uthe mashona base kufika indodana yakhe yiyo ezobamba isikhundla sikamkhulu ubaba wakhe hayi sasebenza naye lo ndodana wakhe abantu abasha bafundile impela abantu abasha manje kodwa uma ufundile kufanele ulahle isikini usini abantu abasha kufuneka belwazi usiko lwabo ukuthi usiko lwenzayo ngoba naye kufuneka zoshuke ekhomba nomkhulu uma engakho esikoleni yikho njalo ukufunda lo msebenzi obuseyakwazi nje abanye sebefundile bahamba bayozenzela owabo umsebenzi ngoba ngifuna ukuthi mangifundise ngumfundisi lo muntu ephume ebonakala ukuthi cha nangu umuntu wafundiswa wafunda ngoba lo msebenzi lona ufuna ukuthatha inhliziyo uyibeke manje nalaba ke babuye oba bafundile nakwesikole abanye babuye bethola umsebenzi ngoba lo isikhathi esiningi owethu thina singafundanga isikhumba sensimba lesi lenyamazana ukuthiwa insimbi yisikhanda zonke lezi bese njoba sinje ngale ngasiphala bese ngisiphalile ngasithatha ngasifaka emanzini ngisifaka izolo ngentambama nje kusibona asiwasha njengoba siwasha ingubo ngasithatha ke ngasibeka lapha ngaseneka manje njengoba sinje senza kanje manje ngiyasithambisa lokho kuthambisa sithi ukusishuka isikhumba ukuthi senze yonke into ofuna ukuyenza ngasoba ngeke wenze ngaso somile singahlukiwe kufuneka ukuthi sishuwe kanje
ngifunda lukhuni kumkhulu ngalomsebenzi lona ngibona ulunge kakhulu lo msebenzi ukusiza abantu abafana nathi abasakhula ekhathini zamanje ngoba sithi mesiqeda isikole kube nzima ukuthola umsebenzi kodwa umunasi isakhono umsebenzi wezandla uye ukwazi ukuthi nawe uzenzele ibhizinisi lakho eceleni lokuthi nawe ube nakho okuncane okwenzayo uma usasanda uqeda isikolo mhlambe usalindile ezikoleni noma ukade uyekile esikoleni ube nalo ibusiness lakho elikusizayo elingezinto zesintu ngoba izinto zesintu zibaluleke kakhulu ukuthi silandele thina njengabantu abasha singalandeli izinto zasedrobheni sikhumbuze amasiko ethu isikhumbuzo samasiko ethu ngezinto zesintu futhi ukuthi singaze siwalahle amasiko ethu sihlale siwabambile siwenza siwahloniphile lokho engikufunda kakhulu ngomkhulu wami ubaba uNtanzi.
DM, DG, Notat Ntanzi, but I just want to say that it is true that when our parents give us our names, they follow us. Now people are learning from him. His name is Ufunda Kuye, Nyani Limlandele.
Siyabonga.
Amen.
Nansi sipho sakho baba siyabulela. Siyabonga. Mogodi we. Angisazi isithakazelo zakhe so bengizosisho so today ibuzzword ke mogodi we. Ufuna kusho isithakazelo sakho.
Igama ngofunda kuye isithakazelo sithi Ntanzi kaNtombela. Fakazi indaba ezitha.
Thank you very much, DM, DG, and Tatundanzi. Now we are going to go to the next video of the second book.
A village cradled by aloe plants, peach trees, and the towering Lesotho Mountains is home to Me Maria Mulakeng, a traditional healer, community organizer, and guardian of ancient wisdom. From this serene landscape in Qwaqwa, Free State, Me Mulakeng shares the story of her journey, a path shaped by ancestral calling, compassion for her community, and a lifelong dedication to preserving the healing traditions passed down through generations. Through her work, she continues to nurture both the physical and spiritual well-being of her people.
Makaholo, Maria, Mukwena, Mukizwala, Ndatwaka ki mutsamai, Mudukure, Mukwena. Mewaka ki Mamjaki, Ana, Mukwena. Hesu la pen renerele le sumele mutsumarago. Ki ile ka hola ka hara bana bano ba le sumele mutsumarago. Empa ho bonahala hore pakeng tsa ka le bona ho na le phapang ya ho phela kapa ho bapala le bona. Hobane ho nona le matsatsi a mang ana ikgetha ho nna ke sa batlo bapala le bana ba bang ebe ke emela ka thoko ke na le bodutunyana bono be kang nka bapala ke le mong. Ha ke ntse ke hola ke ne ke rata ho tjhakela nkgono wa ka haholo ha bomme wa ka. O ne a nruta dintho tsena tsa botjhaba, ditshomo, dithotokiso, dintho tse ngata. A bile a nkgothaletsa hore na ngwana wa ngwanana o hola jwang, o itshwara jwang ho fihlela boemong bofeng. Empa ka hare ho nna ho nona le lenyora le leng le kang ha fihlelle seo ke se labalabelang. Kgathe ka hare ho nna ho na le tlase yena ya neo. Ha ke ntse ke hola ke a kgola ka mora dilemo tse itseng, ke se ke kena sekolo, ya ba ke motho ya dulang a kgathatswa ke hlooho haholo. Ka batlelwa mme mong wa ngaka ya Sesotho wa Lepedi a nthusa mara kopa hore ba se ke ba mfuta hlooho pele ho ba le toro ke tla ba fa yona. Ka mora mono ke ile ka bona hona le dingaka tse ngata mara ke di kgetha ke tebela tse ding ke batla hore ngaka e tla ho nna e tlo nsebetsa ebe ngaka e tlo mphodisa. Mmena o la sebetsana le bophelo ba ka ho fihlella ebile ntho ena e ka isakile ka bentse ke hola ho fihlela ke tlohella sekolo maburu a nhloka kilo sala le bana ba makgwahisi. Ka ba ka ya mophatong. Ha ke se ke ile mophatong ka khutla jwalo ka mora hore ke be kgarebe ka nyalwa ha molake. Ka ba le bana ba babedi ya ba wa boraro, ngwaneng wa ka wa bone ya itlhaisa nthwena ya hlaha hanyane empa e ntse e feta. Itse ha ke tshwara ngwana wa ka wa bohlano ya ba itlhaisa ka matla hore jwale mona re ema mona dintho tse tsela hao ke mo nkileng ka qala ho bona hore jwale mona bo nkgono ba ya nhloka le bo ntatemoholo. Ke ntse ke dutse le bana ba ka ke ne ke bona dintho di itlela ene ntho ene ke e bona e ne tsoa etsahala ka la hosane. Ha ke fihla hae ke lo bolella mme wa ka ditoro, ntate wa ka o na sa hlokaetse. Tsatsi lona leo ntate wa ka ke ha a hlaha ka pudi khoneng ya ntlo a re e re mme wa hao o sebeletse ka pudi. Ya ba hoseng ke tsoa ke jwetsa mme taba tseo. Ke mona maitseng ha ke khutla ntate Molakeng a se a batlile motho a ntseng a nthusa hape wa ngaka Sesotho mona hae. Ya ba ke montsha a le hole. Ha le hole mo batho na ke a motseba ka re ke a motseba mara shebile kwa. Ba re motho yo ho tloa ka jeno o tla tlameha ho motseba o mo hlomphe o tsebe hore ke yena mme wa hao wa moya, ke yena motho a tlo tla o fehlela eo. Yaba ka nnete ka mora mono ho tla dintho tse ding tse ngata jwale tse se di fapane. Ke bona meriana ka mona, ke bona batho ka mona, ke bona ntho tse ngata tse ho fihlella ka nnete ebile ho phethahala hore ke tshwanetse ho sebeletswa Yesu me ke tswalwang teng. Ebe ha ke se ke sebeletswe Yesu pele beke o fela ke be ke bontshwa ho na le motho ya tlang ke tlo mo phekola tshoreng ke meno, ke bontshwa moriana o. Yaba ke mo bongaka ba ka bokadileng ba hore ke tsebe ditlhare, ke jiphe ditlhare, ke di ise ho ngaka, re dule fatshe le ngaka, re kopanye ntho nngwe le nngwe, ebe jwale ke a qala ho sebetsa batho. Ka mora mono la tla mathwasane, ya ba batho ba kulang, ya ba metsi ya batho, ya ba mephato ka mona, ka ya hodimo le tlase le setjhaba until now.
Through her work, she continues to nurture both the physical and spiritual well-being of her people, keeping alive the sacred knowledge that anchors Makhalaneng to its heritage.
Again, zawucela DM, DG, nomama Maria Mlakeng, baze staging.
Mamlake. Mpho ya hao ke ena mme, re a o leboha. We can do better. Beautiful. Mamlake, anko ipoke. We talk.
Ke Mokwena, ke le khwakhwa, ke motho a sedimo nthole ha bo phusi le maraka ha bo dijo ha bo moselane ho hlabana dithotsela. Ke ho emeng ka ditlhafu. Ngwanana Kweneng mohlanganyalo ngwana na dikgadi tse di dine di supile tsa ka di kgomo ka sakeng la habo. Impa malume a ema tsuka molamu ya re le kekebela dithola ba tshana tshwantse o bue nna ke le malume pele. Lesedi.
Lesedi. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mama Maria. Now we know what the journey of being called as a spiritual healer, just from the video. So this book is going to teach our children about the journey and how to know when you are called. Now we're going to our last video, and then we will then again call it DM and DG on stage.
Of Thoyando, Limpopo lives a man whose hands keep alive the ancient rhythms of our land. Baba Maluta Macheka. At 77 years old, Baba Maluta is more than a musician. He's a master craftsman, a teacher, and a guardian of sound. For decades, he has carved, shaped, reshaped, and breathed life into instruments that sing the soul of Africa.
Toyandozi Robe Guarivana Vatukana vaviri navasikana vaviri mashudu mave vasikana nemurisi yavo rosara ri vaviri vatukana ramupfuva radapo nomai maenda kuti vaone zvinhu nepano ndodandawana muta nemuta wanga urakuwavavo patochedziwavo ravana vana vatano namumwanda 9 ndiyaponera paone zvinhu rinazvidhoo zva14 nezvidhoo zviviri ndiyayondera ndolivuwa rori zvezviri chikudhiyaruwa ravana vatu veva vachidziita zvezviso zva indigenous vachiridza zviridzo zvezvi radisvitama raguda savatukana vaneya ngamulandu wonoumiriwa kana uforeya ngazvimwe zvadzimwe dzichaka ravona richinga asiso zvavudi ndizvachikuwa zvadzikatari nazvo ratuwavo richivaverega zvavonoreza zvito zvobva vodori mukati richivuya zvezvivayo chivupfi musokuvuya vatuni ngazvituku zvadiva zvichikudori ava musochikuvuya vatuni vane vava maafrica richisasa ravona uri zvichiuya izvi zvitu zvifana ndiuya zvote ravona zvichingangangeno kasiya lauimbeleri navo unambi zvone zvikadisa zvova zvichitusa kawo padhara dzamapungu ngauri ndichiona uimba wavo uone nyanda dzamapungu kachipinga chine china ravonore hani vamwe vachikoima kama masiyana rinevo karime vongangeno kazvakuimbereri zvatusedza ngauri zvezvina chipimo chamuravo hezvi zvitu zvazviridzoridzo rotozvifarafara nyanya zvava zvajena namanopana zvinonga chino chipinga ava tofuseudza zvakwatisa uri rijene pasi reiona uri hezvi zvitu zvisongosara anepanga 94 95 zvaita uri tokwataira ukumu zvezvava zvikudina ova makungori nazvo nezviridzo zvone zvova zvichichera richivotozvumbulori zvova zvotorari zvakomechizoreregene pasi riite ndira yauri rizviva dahani havana ndira yauri zvinhu zvichikwewa zvikwewa hani uri zvireiwe uri zvikonorwa zvinodhoimba dzinyimbo huitiwa hani atova mushumo wotoguda utoma muravo anenge richida kazvito zvino maduva vachiri uchuna uita zvote rifunova richikozvikona raita yazvorarwa nazvo nesvikana zvazvino richikozvikona naho uzvikona hauna richikuvamba richikudhiva zvino nazvila ri tshi kha ḓi balelwa u wana zwithu ri tshi ri tsha Afrika ra vha ri tshi khou salelwa nga zwiṅwe zwine zwa nga ḓivha zwone kha maṅwe mashango zwine lutamo lwashu ndi wa uri kha ri ḓivhe zwoṱhe roṱhe ro ṱanganela tshaka dzoṱhe dza tshiafrika ndi heyo nḓila.
This is the last walk up the stage, DM, DG, and Dr. Machek.
We can do better. Ai, ai. Vomachaka. Vomachaka.
Da.
Da. Aye. Vomachaka. Di talk.
Ndi Maruta Macheka ane wa mphaphuli ya vhathu ndiwo mukha wa Nowa u sa tevheli u tevhelwa nga u faraho vhuṱungu.
Thank you. Okay. No, I'm about to say for 21. Thank you.
Thank you very much, DM and DG, for launching these books for us today. I hope that all of us have taken something out of these 3 living human treasures. Unfortunately, Dr. Macheka, I don't think I'm young enough to learn one of your instruments, but I hope that our children that are watching on the YouTube channels as well as our social media platforms, they are looking at the talent and the gift that you have, and they'll be coming through to learn from you. Nawe Mama, the spiritual journey is, I think it's a complicated one. So our children that are, and other people that are watching on the YouTube, they can then come and learn from you. Tatuntanzi mna, what I know is that I'm going to be coming to you. I hope you know iskaka. So I've seen someone, I've been looking for it for a very long time. Now I know who can do it for me. So siyabulela, this is what I'm getting out of this launch. Thank you very much. Now, we are going to call Dr. Jane Mafumadi, the CEO of Freedom Park. She's our second home as the Department of Sports and Culture. We are forever here. On Monday, she hosted us when we were launching the Gallery of Leaders. And today, here we are, launching another very important program of the Living Human Treasures. Dr.
Thank you, Program Director. The department, this is your home. We will make space for additional offices so that you are here permanently. Dimasiari. Vatu votwana. Na nendo to kwetu kwetu. Honorable Deputy Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, Mepis Mabe, our Director General of the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, Dr. Cynthia Kumalo, esteemed members of the Freedom Park Council, Mr. Ron Martin, a member of the advisory panel on intangible cultural heritage. I've seen other panel members amongst us. Mr. Abraham Sitole, the CEO of the National House of Traditional Leaders and Khoisan. Our special guests today, the living human treasures, Me Maria Mulakeng, Tate Funda Kuye Ntanzi. I don't speak isiZulu, but I know that Funda Kuye means learn from him. You see how the name follows the deeds. Bo Maruta Macheka, dear, I need to make a confession that Mr. Macheka has been my teacher for many years. I have taken students to him, students of Indigenous Knowledge Systems. Not only is he a musician, but he also knows how to make fire using Indigenous Knowledge Systems. He does not use a lighter or a matches, amongst others. So I've known him for more than 20 years. So I think today for me also it's a special day to see him finally being recognized properly. Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, I've seen other CEOs of sister entities, leaders, stakeholders. It is really, for me, humbling to convey the messages, the closing remarks, the vote of thanks, as we come to end this remarkable launch of these books. I really want to take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to each and every one of you for coming here today. This day would not have been the way it is had it not been for your presence. You are participating in various forms. And firstly, I really want to acknowledge and appreciate deeply our three living human treasures. We are honored to celebrate you today. We are honored to celebrate your wisdom, your contributions to our culture and society. Your books that are being launched here are testament to your dedication and passion to preserving and sharing Indigenous knowledge systems and culture. We are grateful for the wealth of information that through the books you are sharing, the insights that you have also shared through your videos, and we look forward to learning from you. We look forward to experiencing your expertise, and I hope we will take the young people to learn these skills so that they do not get lost. Events like today are not just a celebration. They are more than just a celebration. It is a profound acknowledgement to the custodians of our heritage, to the individuals whose wisdom, whose artistry and traditions form the living fabric of our society. Today, we honor those who have preserved our Indigenous knowledge systems, ensuring that our cultures and our cultural wealth are not only remembered, but continue to inspire future generations. What you have shared, what you continue to share, is the golden economy of our country, Mzansi. To the Honorable Deputy Minister, we are thankful for your presence today, your leadership, your passion, and your support for cultural heritage. Your launching of these books is a significant endorsement of the importance of preserving and promoting our Indigenous knowledges and cultures. And we appreciate your commitment to celebrating our cultural diversity and also generally promoting the arts. I've listened to you many times, and I've heard you talk about giving people flowers while they can still smell it. And today you have lived up to your commitment by giving these treasures while they can smell the acknowledgement. Our DG, we thank you for your visionary leadership of the department. You're weaving it, you're consolidating, and we can already see the results. And the remarks that you made here as you introduce the Deputy Minister. And we thank you also again for choosing Freedom Park. As I said, this is your welcome all the time. Mr. Langefeld, you eloquently expressed the purpose of this gathering today, and that gave the context. And to our council member of Freedom Park, we always value your support. You are here in numbers, and that shows for us as management, we feel comfortable having our parents because that is a vote of confidence. And we thank Mr. Masemola for the warm words of welcome where you have the best captured the context, firstly of what Freedom Park is and why it was important to launch these books here at Freedom Park. And our CEO of the National House of Traditional Leaders and Khoisan. Traditional leadership as an institution, you are the custodians of this heritage and culture. So coming here to support this buttresses the importance of this event, and it's also a clear example of government collaboration at work. This is a practical example, and we really appreciate that. The Tswane traditional dancers, the energy and the vigor and the passion shows that you love what you do, and you have given life to this event. Otherwise, it would have been just speeches and we would be very dull. And as we close this book launch, Deputy Minister, we are reminded of the power of culture and knowledge to bring us together in our diversity as a nation. We are also grateful for the opportunity to celebrate our living human treasures and to launch these important books here at Freedom Park. We continue to support the department in this very great and impactful project that you are embarking on to preserve, to document, and for posterity, leave this heritage and legacy. Thank you once more. And those who are not leaving Gauteng for the holidays, Freedom Park is open. Bring your families, bring your children. We know that many people will come from other provinces for the holidays. As you don't know where to take them, please bring them to Freedom Park. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mufamadi. We have now come to the end of our program, but before I call the Tswane Cultural Group, can we have a very vibrant round of applause for our living human treasures that will launch their books. We are now going to be serenaded again by the Tswane Cultural Group, and then lunch is served. Thank you very much.
Amen.
Di masiari abudi. Hey, tota ba sila tarba ka lenyatso bona go jana di magetleng ka re se tswela selete se tsatsi go la ka sekolo sa borang na ka ratana ka re tsotse tso ga di ba ko morago gonne ko re yang dipino di abiel re le mo gere se pidikolo jana tsa morago go nea morago bona ke dintšwa. Hey, baba, abantu abasayihloniphi imvunulo. Ngizwa ngidabuka uma ngibuka iningizimu Afrika namuhla. Izinsizwa zibona indlela kuyindawo yokushela zikhipha izintombi ubuntombi sebenzisa ubunkinsela izingula zinedabuka yakhusela lapho sidinga zonke ibhadala ingane zakwethu kasakwazi ukuphepha izimpahla sezaveza izimfihlo zemizimba phambi kwamakhehla. Ayisahlonishwa usiko lwakhala ama-Afrika lena kundaba yokusinisa amahleza kusho mina uvuba usilo samanzi ugwaqa nandlela umhlambi ehlala ehleli uthi phaphama ubosikika ngowakhumbala njengelanga uzobona ukukhanya kwelakho ikusasa. Thuto ke matla buka ke matla, you must get education. Buka ke matla, you must get education. Aye, buka ke matla, buka yelele, you must get education. Aye, buka ke matla, Ingwatilena has power. You must get education. I am saying, this book is like a battery. It has power. Aye, buka. Buka ke mata. Buka. Buka. Buka ke mata. You must get education. Aye, buka. Buka ke mata. Buka ke mata. Buka ke mata. You must get education. ungangikhohlisi malamu ungangikhohlisi malamu ungangikhohlisi malamu ungangikhohlisi awe mama we ma awe
Tswane Cultural Group, Ria leboga thata. Can we have the DM and DG's table to go and dish? And then all of us are going to go and dish the other side and come back to our tables.